All right.
Who's starting this podcast? We got a great show lined up for you today. If you want to take over, you take over anytime, man.
I was just going to say it's the Invest, Sell, Repeat podcast before you screwed it up.
I haven't screwed it up for like,
it's been a little while.
For like 2 weeks in a row now.
Okay. Days without incident.
Yeah, it's first dozen of them.
So we're having an amazing day today.
Yeah, we are.
We had a very powerful networking event here that we're going to start holding monthly. And it was great, man. Good grief. We had, 20 people here? And we went over, hey, here's how you find deals. Here's how you run numbers. Here's how you network. And it was really cool, man. I had a blast.
Yeah, we broke all the numbers down, showed them how we separate all of our stuff from investor props to MLS flips, and how we do our numbers always different. You know, at least how they teach.
Oh yeah.
You know, so we
do it the right way.
Yeah. You know, for us, it's the best way because I don't feel like the other ways are, as strategic. You know, with ours, at least for investor props, we break everything down per medium household income, and that really targets per area, not really per subdivision. I mean, it's almost subdivision, but it's even lower than that.
So here's the power of networking.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll hear James and I get on here and we'll talk about, hey, you got to be a good marketer, right? You need to know how to negotiate deals. And that's all fine and that's all really important, but networking with people and getting your name out there and holding these events is so powerful. So here's what we did within a 2-hour period of time. I feel like we gave tremendous value to investors. Which was really cool. And we had a wide range of people there, too.
Yeah, we did.
We had people that were just interested in learning about real estate investing to people that were actually buying a lot of deals and had a lot of capital and are flipping and crushing it. But the thing is, we had something for everybody.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is we sold, a partnership today. We picked up a package of, 10 houses today. Mm-hmm. We also trained everybody there. We've got this new app we're using that we'll talk about in a minute, a Bird Dog app, where they can drive around and take pictures of properties and send those to us and let us handle everything else, and then they get paid. What a great entry-level way to get into it, man. So we've got something for everybody is really what I'm saying. Yeah, if you've got money to spend, that's fantastic. We'll get you plugged into deals. We'll get you a portfolio of properties here in Kansas City. We'll get you plugged into good flip deals. If you're just getting started, man, Bird Dog Wholesale is a great way to get involved in the game.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were very interested in that. Everybody wanted to get signed up on this app that we've got. So
new intern too. I talked to a young lady. She's a stay-at-home mom. Her husband's a contractor, very sweet, and she's like, "Hey, I want to come do the intern, right? Because I don't have the money necessarily to pay for a partnership or anything like that. I want to get my feet wet.
Right.
I see the potential. I want to do it." And she goes, "Hey, can I do an intern?" I'm like, "Absolutely. We'll get you on the list. It's quite a ways out now because we do have we've got a large list, but we'll get you plugged in and we'll show you.
Experience.
We'll teach you. We'll teach you the ropes.
Yeah.
Right.
Free education.
Because, so why would we do it? Why would we spend our time going and educating people and spending like our valuable time educating them? Well, we could say really because it's for selfish reasons, right? Because we know what's the outcome of that.
Well, it's an investment, right?
It's not really. It is an investment. It's not a selfish reason. But what are they going to do? They're going to bring us deals. We had a 2-hour event where we talked and we educated people and we picked up 10 deals. Boom, just like that. Okay, and that's not even that was just at the event. So
that doesn't include the Bird Dog ones that they're going to bring to us.
Oh, yeah.
If they've got deals they don't know how to sell and they want to utilize our buyers list, they're going to bring that to us. We can partner with them, and if we can't buy it, then we can sell their deal and split the profits with them.
That's what I love about real estate, man. Mm-hmm. So many ways to do a deal. We touched briefly on owner finance deals, which James and I are buying a ton of owner finance deals right now. Kara in the background. We need to make sure that's in the background so people that are walking by can get in the camera.
She's trying to get her FaceTime.
Yeah. Owner finance deals are huge right now, right? Because let's face it, not everybody can sell you their property at a deep discount, right? Because because why? Well, maybe they owe too much, right? Or maybe they're just not motivated. James and I bought a duplex from a guy.
That was a really good deal.
He owned it free and clear. But he didn't want to sell it at a deep discount, and he was willing to owner finance it to us at a higher price. That was a good deal for him, and it was still a great deal for us because he left a lot of equity in there for us. right?
Yeah, he was just getting older. He actually still had a mortgage on it. That's what it was. He had a mortgage, and he just sold it to us for what he owed. Plus, I think we gave him $1,000 down, and then we just took over his payments. But we got it for like 53, and it's like a $95,000 duplex.
And our cash flow on it is $500 a month net. That's net.
Mm-hmm.
Which is it's a good deal, right? So, and we're buying a lot of those deals. Really
we
all
didn't put
over
anything
Kansas City.
into it. We got somebody in there. They were there for a while, and then they're moving. I think job transfer or something. But then, so we're able to put another person in there. We had to do a few little repairs over there. Putting a new person in there, take some more money down, and then we'll have the cash flow. And we only had, I think 2 months we'll have total with no cash flow on it. But that was just because it was right around the holidays, and then we had to do the repairs. And
so that was one of the hardest things that I had to get over as a real estate investor is good grief. Why would somebody owner finance? Why would somebody sell you at a deep discount, sell you a property at a deep discount? And I've just found over and over again, a lot of times people will sell you their properties because it is better for them to know that they're going to have this amount of cash on this date in their pocket instead of listing it with a real estate agent and putting it on the market and getting low ball offers and just not knowing. And perfect examples. I did that one time, made an offer, basically bought this property 50 cents on the dollar, and their motivation is they were moving to California. And they didn't want a vacant house here that they had to manage and worry about, and they owned it free and clear, right? But it was they weren't landlords. They weren't real estate investors. They were homeowners, and they wanted that problem to go away. Mm-hmm. And they were comfortable selling their property at 50 cents on the dollar. Just to know that they were going to have a check in 2 weeks. I said, hey, I'll pay you this. Close it quick. I think we closed it out in 7 days, and they were happy. And I made a bunch of money on that deal, but those deals are out there. But you just
some of my best deals are on those owner finance ones, So like last year I did a flip doing it that way where she held the financing for the time that I rehabbed it. I just put rehab costs in there, and that was a 100% deal because we put 30 into it, or actually it was more than that because we put, I think, 20 into it and made 40.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so that's 100. So, but doing that, I mean, that was an incredible deal. I didn't have to purchase it. She held it for up to 6 months. We ended up buying it and turning around and selling it within 3 months and was in and out. But, I just used our funds to purchase to pay for the rehab. And then when we sold it, we just, kicked her, or, paid her that loan off. Some of the other ones too were just these owner finance ones, or I would do terms where it was just a rent to own, but just being able to have, and one of them I didn't even have any equity in. I had hardly any equity, but the way that I had structured it with the guy that was purchasing it, I mean, he had put money down and making those payments for a number of years, and I had 0% interest, so it just 100% of that went to the debt each month. And which has created a huge spread, and I was giving him rent credits. So even though mine was going $600 each month, his was only coming down $150. So it created a big spread there over the course of the 3 years, and then we were able to sell it. So I had cash flow each month, and then it had almost $30,000 on the back end when we sold it. So, and also you were saying something a minute ago. So it doesn't always have to be motivation too. Mm-hmm. So I got a lady that I'm on house number 5 with her. And she's just an older lady. That's all it is. And I think she sees me and her and her husband, and she really likes me. And that's all it is. Like, she doesn't need the money. Like, she's not motivated at all. It's just she's trying to sell a couple off every year because she's getting older, and she doesn't want to do them all at one time because she doesn't want to have to pay the taxes on them for that year. But, I feel like that's part of the thing with the one you were just talking about with the duplex. Mm-hmm. I think that guy just liked us. Yeah. It wasn't a burden for him. He just didn't want to, he really didn't want to make the payments anymore, but he was current on it. It wasn't like he was behind or struggling. He wanted to sell it to somebody that he trusted and that he liked is really what it was. Yeah. So I think, motivation is always a big thing. Majority of them are that way, but sometimes they just got to like you. I've had times where you go make an offer and someone makes a higher offer than you, but they like you and they go with you and it's lower, and it's just the trust. There has to be there's something said about confidence. Mm-hmm. If you can come across as as somebody with integrity, that's really big. That's really important to people. Yeah, people will go. So I'm remembering some details about that duplex that we bought. It was in our pipeline originally.
and the numbers, like our cash offer was higher than what he wanted to sell it for. And it actually kind of fell through the cracks, right? It for some reason, there wasn't a follow-up set up. And James and I were going through it one day, and we're like, hey, what about this lead? What about this lead? And James came across this duplex, and he goes, I think that's a deal. There were some comments in the notes that indicated, hey, I'd really like to get this thing sold, but I don't necessarily want to sell it at a deep discount. And so what did he do? He called him up, went out there, made the deal, and now we've got this incredible investment property just because he had the guts to go through and follow up with somebody and make a deal. Like, if you wouldn't have done that, we wouldn't have bought that thing. It would have fallen through the cracks. We forgot about it, and it never would have happened. Again,
I think it was even marked wrong in there too. I think it was. I want to say it was marked dead. We had some other kids that we had in here that we were working with a while back, and that's part of the reason why they're not here. But
so we have.
But yeah, we had to get in there, and
we have a lot of people calling us right now. We're going to spend a few minutes and just talk about being a bird dog, what that entails, what you can expect, how you can make money from it, and what does that mean exactly. So we're getting hundreds of phone calls a week from people that say, hey, Marcus, we're watching your podcast. We're looking at the content that you're putting out, and I'm just, I'm at a loss to get started. I don't have a big bankroll. I don't necessarily even have a whole lot of time. Like, I can't devote 40 hours a week to my career, to my investing career, because I've got a job. I've got a family, I've got responsibilities, but I want to get my feet wet. So what we have done is we're actually working on an app right now for ourselves that we own. It's not quite ready to roll out right now, but we've got this other bird dog app that we're using. That's a third-party application. It's very powerful, actually. So let's talk about being a bird dog, and what does that mean? Well, first of all, if you want to be a real estate investor, there's a couple things that you need to start doing immediately that really only require your time investment and not a huge dollar investment, and that is driving for dollars. That's something that James and I still do on a daily basis. So if we're out looking at properties, if we're driving properties, and I'm in an area that I haven't been in a minute, or every once in a while I'll go in a little neighborhood that I haven't been in before, and I'm like, hey, this is cool. What's going on here? We'll spend time and drive for dollars and write addresses down. Okay, so what are you looking for when you're driving for dollars? Well, there's several things. Obviously, a vacant house. Okay, you want to write down vacant houses, and how can you tell if a house is vacant or not?
They haven't shoveled the snow off the driveway?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a lot of leaves that haven't been raked up.
They have vacant houses just have this air about them.
Yeah.
Where once you start spotting them, here's the funny thing too, is once you get into real estate, and once you start reading books and you're looking for deals and you're trying to figure this out, you'll start seeing them everywhere. Everywhere you go, in nice neighborhoods, low income neighborhoods, right, working class neighborhoods, they're everywhere. So telltale signs, lots of mail that hasn't been picked up.
Newspapers in the driveway.
Yep. Yard hasn't been mowed. Landscaping's a mess.
Trees falling. Little trees in the gutters.
So there's a couple different things you can do with that. When I see those, I take my business card out because I always have business cards with me. And I write on it, hey, I want to buy your house with my cell phone number. Stick it in the door. Boom. You'd be surprised the type of phone calls that you get back. I've bought deals that way, and it's been really powerful. I would always suggest leave a note. But what you can do with this application, once you get signed up for it, what does it cost? It costs $49. It's a one-time fee. And because
49 or 47?
I'm 47. Yeah, it's $47. Pay that one time, then you've got the application for a lifetime. And even if we switch over to our new app, we're not going to charge you again. It'll just switch over with all of your leads. Okay. But let's say that you don't have the guts to go leave notes and you don't want to negotiate deals on your own yet, and you just want to send me deals that are vacant deals and let me do all the hard work. Okay, so what is a vacant house? Well, that's basically that's a cold lead. It's a house that you're driving by that says, hey, I think this one's vacant. I'm not really going to do any research. I'm just going to hand this off and see if somebody can do a deal with it. Right, because I don't have the skills yet to research and to negotiate and to get it under contract and all of those. That's like next level. That's next step for you guys that want to be bird dogs. So you can take a picture of the property, put the property address in, and click submit, and it automatically goes into your profile in your bird dog app. Okay, and then my team, because we send out thousands of mailers a week anyway, we're doing all this marketing, we're doing all this research. Like, I've got a whole staff and a whole team put together just for that. Like, really, if you think about it, we've got a whole detective agency in there. That's like really what we do, man.
Yeah.
It's like we sift through piles and piles of data and try to reach out and find phone numbers and call people and just see, hey, do you want to buy? Do you want to sell? Mm-hmm. And that's what we do on a day-to-day basis, right? So we can take those leads that you give us, and we've got special ways where we can find phone numbers to call. But we can definitely find addresses. Addresses are easy. Like that's a pretty basic thing, right? So we can put them on our email list if we can't get a hold of them. I would say what we probably can get on the leads that we receive, assuming it's not a bank-owned or a foreclosure or anything like that. If it's an owner-occupied home that's vacant, we can usually get the phone number, about 40% of the time. Ish.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. It depends on if it's a company or if it's an individual. So, I mean, there's some variables there, but I'd say 40 to 60% of the time we can get them. It just really depends.
Okay, so what happens then after we do all the research, we contact the person, let's say we make a deal on this property, boom, you get paid $500 for just simply driving around and driving for dollars and entering information into an app. That's easy money right there. Okay.
It is.
So it does so much more for you as a real estate investor, though. So let's think about that. What does it do? What do you need to know as a real estate investor? Well, first of all, getting to know neighborhoods and segmenting your market and understanding that, hey, this is a rental market right here, and then you go across the street and, hey, this is a flip market because I can tell ARVs are higher, is really, really important, right? Because eventually what I want you to do is upgrade to be a wholesaler, get plugged into one of our partnership programs, and start doing marketing, right? That way, when you're going out and evaluating deals or you get a phone call from a seller, you'll say, oh, you know what? Oh, 123 Main Street? Yep, I know right where that is. You know what? Okay, so houses over there are $150,000, and this lady says, hey, I need to sell for $100K, because she's really motivated. Potential deal there. So you never know. So knowing your market is really, really important, and that's what being a bird dog does. Okay, so how much time do you need to spend doing this? Do you need to go drive 8 hours a day? No. What I would say, if you really want to get good and know your market, you could literally do it on your way to work. Spend 20 minutes in the morning driving around, looking at addresses. Maybe writing down a few for sale by owner numbers, or writing down all the for rent numbers. Man, would you have the guts to call those people? Start a conversation with them? Right, because let's face it. If you're renting a house, what are you? You're an investor. Investors want to buy, investors want to sell, and you never know what's going to turn out of that phone call unless you pick it up.
And, sometimes those are the best terms deals, too, because a lot of times, if it's somebody that couldn't sell their property because they owe too much on it, then maybe that's a good they have a mortgage on it, they owe too much, and the reason why they're even renting it is because it's just sitting vacant and they can't sell it. So they'll be forced to be a landlord, and a lot of time you can pick those up. Yeah, you don't have any equity, but if the terms are good, you can make that a solid deal. So
yeah, absolutely.
So there's no reason why you shouldn't be calling those as well.
Yep. Okay. So at that point, if you do start calling for sale by owners, let's say you don't have a lot of money to spend in marketing. Mm-hmm. Okay. Even though I think anybody could go buy bandit signs if they wanted to, and you could go buy 50 bandit signs and it wouldn't break the bank. It's cheap. Right. You could get them blank. You could handwrite them. You could go put them out and you could start generating leads. We still do that today in our business.
Yep.
And it's amazing the results that you get from that. Okay, let's say that, so you start talking to for sale by owners. Well, now you're developing I need to ask the right question skills, your negotiating skills. When we talk to sellers, what are we really trying to find? Every time we're just trying to find what their motivation is. How motivated are you? That's really important. That's actually figured into our calculation when we make offers and go look at properties. Okay, so you're learning negotiating skills. You're learning, hey, this neighborhood is a good neighborhood, right? You're learning areas of Kansas City. And also, I would say on your way home in the evening too. You could spend another 20 minutes.
Really, it's good just to be doing it wherever you're at. Like say it's Saturday and you're going to Target or something, and the Target's not by your house, or you go to a friend's house, you go to the ball game, and when you get there or on your way to getting there or after you leave, there's a new area you're at. Circle around that area.
Mm-hmm.
It does, because at some point you're gonna keep going in the same neighborhoods if it's just right by your house every time. So whenever you go places, venture off, spend an extra few minutes, drive a couple neighborhoods, write some addresses down, and you'll start learning those neighborhoods. It's we don't necessarily do stuff in our backyard. Most of mine, I don't want to say never, but most of the time I don't do it in my backyard anyways, because that's not the best place to do it.
Right.
But I think people always want to start there because it's close by and they don't want to
yeah.
drive somewhere.
That was my ideal thing. Like I wanted it when I first got started. I'm like, I'm just going to buy houses in my neighborhood. I had a little 3-block area that I was going to do all these deals in. And guess what? You know how many houses I bought there? None.
Yep.
Right? Because that's not where the deals were. Like kind of delusions of grandeur of being a new real estate investor, right? So yeah, I mean, you
got to go where the activity's
there's
at.
a learning curve.
Yeah.
To that. But the thing is, really what I'm saying is, if you want to get involved with this and you want to figure it out, you have to be proactive. Okay, and that's what being a bird dog does for you. It gets you in the game. If you can bring me 10 leads and I end up buying 1 or 2 of them because I negotiate them, I ran them through my system, and we were able to buy them, you can call yourself a real estate investor at that point, right? Because you're in the game, you're generating leads, and that's really what that whole networking thing that we did today was. Hey, let's generate leads. How do we do more deals? Who has deals? Who wants to buy my deals? Mm-hmm. And it was really powerful too. Okay, so being a bird dog does have its advantages because it's a low entry point, right? Really, what it does is it requires your time.
Yeah,
it requires your effort. And the thing, it's like any other marketing strategy. You can't say, "Hey, I'm gonna start bird dogging for Marcus and James. Go out and do it once and send me 10 deals and expect to make any money."
Yeah,
doesn't work that way. Like any marketing strategy, which I would consider this to be a marketing strategy, driving for dollars anyway. You've got to be consistent. You've got to be on a regiment. How hungry are you? How bad do you want to learn this business? How bad do you want to do a deal? Maybe you could call and negotiate a for sale by owner deal. That's an off-market deal. Bring it to me, and I can show you how to do it, and we can split the profits 50-50. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now you're starting to think more bigger picture. That's bigger paycheck. So that's one reason we love real estate, and we preach it, and we are like, hey, real estate is because there's so many different ways to make money from it. And so many different experience levels can get plugged into it, from zero, to you got all the experience in the world, right? There's still new things to learn, new things to do, new ways to invest, new strategies. It's constantly evolving. So James and I have done thousands of deals at this point, and we still run into situations. We still see things that are like, that's new. Haven't had that done. Haven't had that happen before. Mm-hmm. And what do? You learn from it. You roll with the punches. You grow. And ultimately, what does it do? It makes you a better investor. Okay. So where are we at? We're at 20 minutes. Oh, we're past 20 minutes. 26. I'll go ahead and wrap it up unless there's anything else that you want to say.
No, I mean, I think that's a good way to get started. It's definitely a no money way of doing it. I mean, minus our $47, but you don't have to spend a lot of money. I would not just, if you want to do this, you can, but I wouldn't just go drive to some area that's not close by just to go do it. If you've got some money to spend on gas, that's fine. But I would definitely try to just target areas that you're close by. Just make a little extra time to be able to drive through those areas. Go pick them up, and you're hitting different areas every day.
You'll find cool pockets doing that.
Yeah,
just by if you took the long way to work 3 times a week, you would find little niche pockets that you didn't even know existed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still find them, and I feel like I've covered every ground in Kansas City, and last week there was some cool pockets that we were in. There were a lot of them were rental, but then it just kind of opens up, and there was a small subdivision, and it's got some huge houses. I'm like, where do these come from? But they're all over the city. You just never know where they're going to be at. But I think getting started with being a bird dog is an excellent way to get started. You're not making a whole lot off of each one. It's $500 on closed deals. We have to close on it for you to get paid. But, if you're not local here, get started with somebody there. Find a wholesaler that's doing deals. Ask them if you bring them deals, if they'll be able to pay you on them. I guarantee they'll pay you for them. Or go to your local RIA and you'll be able to find somebody there, whether it's an investor or another wholesaler. But I would try to work with the wholesalers. So, and then just, the more information that you can provide to them, the more you're going to make. Most of the people usually pay $500. But again, that's it for a cold lead. If you have more details about the property, phone numbers, people's names, and you can get that deal to them, I'm sure they're willing to pay you more. I know we would. So other than that, I don't really have anything else to say about the bird dog stuff.
So if you are interested in being a bird dog for James and I, and this is what we're talking about right now is just specific to the greater Kansas City area. We're not looking for bird dogs in other markets at this time.
Yeah.
And that may change in the future. But if you're in the Kansas City area and you want to get involved in real estate, this would be a great opportunity for you. If it's interesting to you, if you want to buy that, call my office at 816-566-5011. And I also believe there's going to be a link on the website. Is that correct, Josh? Where they can actually go. You can go buy
below the video here too.
Yeah, below the video. You can go to the 5starwholesaling.com. It should be able to get you plugged into it too. And we'll go from there. So I just want to say too, we do have a partnership program. If you are an experienced wholesaler, and this is really in any market across America, what I'm talking about right now. If you're an experienced wholesaler and you don't have the time to build in your back end systems,
or don't know how to,
if you don't know how to market efficiently, I've had a lot of people surprisingly that are wholesalers calling and saying, "Hey, I don't know how to do direct mail. I don't know how to hire people. I don't know what that looks like." Which just blows my mind because
to pay them or there's so many different variables to it.
If that's you, if you want to take your business to the next level, I want to be your back end business. I've got all the systems in place. I've got the team in place. I've got the knowledge, the know-how, the skill set, everything to help you take your business to the next level. Okay? So for a limited time, this is a $10,000 partnership that we're going to be selling. It's $10,000 up front and then $2,500 a month
minimum.
After that.
And that's just for marketing.
For the next 30 days, what we're going to be doing is selling those partnerships for $5,000. So we're giving a 50% discount. Okay, now your marketing fee stays the same every month. You still have to pay that $2,500, and what does that cover? Okay, well, the $5,000 is initial setup fee. That's getting you plugged in, getting all the systems in place, getting you hooked up on Podio and all of our back-end systems. And then the $2,500 a month goes straight towards marketing. We're going to get you plugged into what we're doing. And we actually, James and I get a badass discount on direct mail because we send thousands and thousands of them every week. Okay, we're passing those savings on to you. Okay, so why would somebody come pay me $5,000 and then $2,500 a month to run their back-end business? Well, here's what you're getting. And this is really cool because there's nobody else across America that you can get this from. I think it's really powerful. Okay, so you can go anywhere and you can get call center and you can get bits and pieces of what I offer, but you can't get it all together in one package. Okay, so your marketing goes out. My people at the call center are going to pick up the phone call and take the call live, gather all the information. That's pretty basic stuff. But we go one step further than that. We actually evaluate the deal and make an offer to that seller within 48 hours. How powerful is that? Okay, and then we're going to follow up with them. Another huge point that is very time-consuming. You have to be very detail-oriented. You have to have good systems in place to do this consistently. We're going to follow up with them until they sell it to us at the price that we want. Okay, and we can negotiate a low cash offer. This is what we do with every lead that comes in. We get a low cash offer, right, because we want to buy at a discount for cash. And then an alternative is an owner finance deal where we can typically pay more, right? Because they're going to finance the deal for us. My people can run the numbers, make that offer, follow up, get the property under contract, and then just email that contract to you, right? So at the end of the day, what happens is your inbox just fills up with real estate contracts, okay? And it's really cool, really powerful. Really what I want to do is get you plugged into what we're doing on a day-to-day basis here. And it's a great way. So I'm not looking for this particular partnership program is not designed to, hey, I'm going to show you how to be a wholesaler. We're looking for people that are already established, that have a buyer's list, that are rocking it out, that really are at the point where they want to take it to the next level. Okay.
Yeah, they just want to increase their marketing and then just do more deals. So really, all the time-consuming stuff, which is really the hardest part about getting, or at least growing. You're trying to do more deals, and there's not enough time in the day for you. You don't know how to hire people to get in place to do that stuff for you. You'll just utilize all of our systems and our back-end call center, all that on the deals that we're marketing with you for. Mm-hmm. That doesn't include all your deals. That's just the ones that come into our call center from that marketing that you're paying for each month. So once that stuff comes in, then we'll handle it all. And then really you're getting properties we're getting them under contract for you. You're just viewing the properties, getting a video, getting pictures. And then we're going to also help you with getting that property marketed. So whether we find the buyer or you find the buyer, we split the deals with you 50-50. So your part in it is paying for the marketing, viewing the properties, and ours is every other thing else. So it's an amazing deal. We've had a lot of success with the ones that we've done. And, we're looking to do some more of those. And like Marcus said, we're doing that at 50% off just for the next, really through February.
Yeah.
So it's a little over 30 days. So give us a call. We'll have some information below the video here to talk more about that. And we would love to get you plugged in, hop on a call, chat a little bit about what your goals are and how we can help you, obtain those. So.
Yep. If you have any questions about that, again, give us a call, 816-566-5011. We're easy to get a hold of. We're on all the social media platforms. Mm-hmm. All we are is just an instant message away, direct message away, easy to get a hold of. My staff is here Monday through Friday, very professional, very knowledgeable, and we'll take care of you guys if you call. So thanks for watching the podcast. Hey, okay, so this goes on YouTube, right? So when you're on YouTube, you're supposed to, hey, please subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumb. We should say that at the beginning because that way we get people that drop off.
And also comments about the topics you maybe want to hear on the show or any sort of feedback.
Yeah.
We love feedback.
Yeah, good or bad. Hopefully it's good.
Yeah, no bad, just good.
How could it not be good? I mean, come on.
Thanks for watching the show, guys. I hope this was educational. Like, our whole goal in this show is to get you guys pumped about real estate, right? Because it's an exciting time.
It is
an exciting time to be a real estate investor. There's in any secondary market like Kansas City, like there's millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of private equity money, private money, just private individuals who want to come and buy deals. It's like they're coming in droves. And we're not going to be able to sell these properties at the prices that we're selling to them forever. Like we are seeing an increase. Mm-hmm. It's not dramatic, but I am paying a little bit more for deals than I was 12 months ago.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's not as many deals on the market either. Like if you try
they are getting harder to find.
You try to go to MLS, you're not going to be
those are all overpriced.
You're not going to be picking up any flip deals. You're not going to be picking up any good rental deals, right? Everything that James and I do is off market. All of our deals, 100%. Now, with the exception of the occasional, you may find one. All right, but the majority of what we do is all off-market deals. So it's an exciting time, and we want you guys to get pumped about it. And we really want you to get plugged into what we're doing. Right? We want you to be successful. We want you guys to build a portfolio, and that's everything that we've built. All the systems, everything we talk about, everything we do is all designed to help you guys be successful. So I hope you appreciate the show. Give us a thumbs up. And, hey, we'll see you on the next one.